What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am your host, as always, Shosan. Damn happy to see you guys. But of course, we couldn't continue the show without introducing my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts. So of course,
more fun. You're illustrious.
Right. So joining us this week, you heard it, everyone's favorite, Mr. Morphod.
I'm lost, I'm very scared, and I don't know the way home.
Good for you.
Have you been playing Pokemon Go?
Yeah, that would explain it, actually.
No, I don't understand why grown men are wandering the hallways at work looking for pickle chews.
Pickle chews, I like it. Good for you, you're going to fit in perfectly today. And then, of course, we have the one and only Mr. Ron Clay.
Can I go to sleep now?
Yes. Have a good night.
Wake up. Wake up.
Ron!
Wake up.
Oh,
What?
Hi. Hi, welcome back to the world of the living. All right, you guys.
Show's
This is
over.
episode
Pack up.
75.
Go home.
Right. So this is episode 75. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. I do have to kick things off like we always do, as always, starting things with one of my favorite parts of the show. And I'm drawing this out, right, because it's my favorite part, and I love this part. You guys know it.
Good news, everyone!
Yes, news! Woo!
Yes.
I love it. Love it. All right. So it's a little bit of a slow week, don't get me wrong, but there's some interesting things that we do have.
Not a slow
It's
week.
never a slow week when you
Kind
have
of
a
a slow
poster of tits behind you.
But no.
Well,
Okay, look, for the record, you don't stare at my woman's tits ever again, okay? I will come over there.
Okay, is oogling okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
All
fine.
right, we shall oogle instead.
Good.
I'll oogle her googles.
There you go. Perfect. All right, so...
Can you Google that?
Oh, God damn it. Really? Is this...
Yep, that just
I
happened.
could leer.
I'm going to have a headache by the end of the show. All right, let's talk some news.
Dang it, I don't know.
Besides,
Happy pills for that.
besides my big rack behind me. All right. So let's talk about Kickstarter. There was some interesting shit going on with a little game that a lot of people are looking forward to called Star Citizen.
Yeah, I still get emails about that because my friend bought me bought me early access or something like that. I don't even know. I never even looked at the damn game. What's going on?
Well, that's actually probably a good thing.
Yeah, don't
It turns out that they have fallen desperately behind, similar to Mighty Number 9 and some of these other guys. Well, one guy had contributed $2,550 to this campaign, right? Get these guys going. He actually requested a refund for this, and then made a bunch of this email traffic between him and the developers. He made it all public, right? And so Star Citizen ended up refunding his money, right? And I quote, on the grounds that the product remains unfulfilled and no longer constitutes the products that was originally purchased. So he got his money back. That was kind of cool. But at the same time, Jesus, how far back is Star Citizen at this point?
I think there's a reason that and Morphbot will know who I'm talking about, the Descendant Studio guys broke off from them. And I don't think it's because of what they were doing.
Well, the company, Cloud Imperium, does say, and I quote, any refunds with respect to Star Citizen are made on a discretionary basis. There was nothing special about this situation. The fact that this particular party used a complaint form that is online and openly available doesn't make this any different. So that was their response, which I still kind of like. That was
How
a cool
much
response.
is this company going to hemorrhage money?
Who knows? Because so far they've raised $46 million in 2015, up to 2015, for their campaign. So that's still a pretty good chunk of money.
Yeah, it is. For what in return?
I mean, their game, but they still haven't put that out. So
Well, yeah, I know this has kind of been beaten into the ground, but perhaps one of these other shows, I'll take a real good dive into what it is that has been promised, what it is that we haven't seen. I know that the friend who purchased Star Citizen for me and was really enthusiastic about it is about as jaded as the SimCity launch about it.
Oh yeah.
I believe it.
No, let's not talk about SimCity.
Now, before we do
my
go
God,
any,
don't talk to me about SimCity.
before we go any further, though, I do have to introduce our most illustrious co-host here. That's right, Pantherian joins us.
Maybe the third most illustrious.
Well, he's illustrious. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm about to become a bit more illustrious.
I'm highly illustrious. I got this today. That's pretty good.
Ooh, good for you. Actually, you want to know the thing I hate to say is this the Nitro Coffee Stout from Sam?
Yeah.
This is really good.
In a can? Nice.
Yeah, it's even in a can. I mean, it doesn't last long. It goes in a glass.
Yeah.
But
I got a bunch of local stuff. Southern Prohibition is a very good local company here.
nice.
We have the Philadelphia Pale Ale from Yards Brewery.
I love this. And Mr. Ronckley drinking
Drinking
his
some
trademark.
blueberry iced tea.
Blueberry green tea. That's not from Arizona.
By the gallon.
The trademark tea. Anyway, so let's move on with some news here.
Just really quickly, and I
Yeah.
mentioned this before, but I had a friend who worked for CIG.
Oh, really?
And-
Okay, yeah.
And she left like a while back when she was doing a lot of their marketing videos, and like when all this shit was starting to go down and people were accusing them of being fraudsters and all this stuff.
Right.
She had been thinking about leaving anyway because she had an opportunity at another company, like another big gaming company, and she ended up taking that opportunity, not related to the issues, but when I asked her about it, she was like, yeah, there's some issues. I can't talk about them right now, but she didn't seem to think that there's any fraud going on, that it's just regular delays
Right.
that are, the same as usual, overpromise, deliver, or trying to deliver as promised, but taking way too long to do so.
Yeah, I never got the impression from even the people who were very critical that this was a shady dealing of people who are stealing money. I think what it is just the dream was so much bigger than what was actually able to be produced in the
Right.
time that was promised.
But I mean, it kills me. I mean, granted, I get it, right? Hindsight's 20/20, but we ran into the same thing when the original Fable came out. Like they promised all this really cool, awesome stuff, and then,
The whole world
What
will
they had to put
change
out.
depending on what you do.
yeah, what they actually put out was, God, it was atrocious. So
It sounds a lot like my ex-fiancée.
the end product,
What she
right?
put out was atrocious.
Yeah, Ron.
Well
thank you.
done.
All right, I didn't get it.
Well done,
so-
sir.
Took me a minute.
There was a lot of promise and just no follow-through.
Oh God, we're moving on from this.
An
Okay,
incredible amount of investment for nothing rewarded.
Exactly.
so I found an
I
interesting.
didn't even get a refund.
Good luck. All right, so here's an interesting article that I found about the new Star Wars expansion coming out for Battlefront. Right, apparently this new add-on is going to tie directly into the upcoming Rogue One series, or new series, I should say, the new Star Wars. God, I can't think today. Anyway, it's saying that this fourth DLC pack will revolve around the Rogue One storyline, and it's letting you gonna play as Rebel Jyn Erso, or her Imperial nemesis. So,
Jyn Erso sounds like.
Jan
I don't
Ors.
oh,
Jan Ors.
it's Jyn Erso.
Oh, I was going to say it sounds like some kind of Polish alcohol.
It probably is. I mean, you gotta get your inspiration wherever you can. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool that they're trying to do this movie tie-ins again.
Because wasn't it, or am I thinking, wasn't Jedi Knight and Dark Forces, weren't you, Kyle Katarn's girlfriend, Jan Ors, didn't you retrieve the Death Star plans? Or was that
I
the
don't
second Death Star
remember.
plans?
I don't remember, honestly.
Where did you
I
put
don't-
the Death Star plans, Pantherian? Why did you
I am-
misplace them?
I am part.
Do you have any
of
idea
a-
how many Bothans died?
Look,
Was it
the
even
plans,
Bothans?
the,
I'm on,
I
plans,
can't
I'm
even
on a
remember.
diplomatic mission.
the
Dantooine.
plans are on
I'm on a
Dantooine.
diplomatic
Okay?
mission to your ass.
Look, the plans are on Dantooine. Okay, they're on Dantooine. Just go get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Please move the show along before
Moving
I
on.
embarrass myself.
All right, so I'm kind of a collector of old school hardware, old school games, stuff like that. And one of the ones that has always eluded me that I'd always kind of wanted to see was this Nintendo 64 disk drive, right? It's this weird expansion that was supposed to slap into the bottom of your console, similar to the GameCube and their Game Boy Advance player. Well, apparently over in Seattle, someone actually found a prototype of the 64 disk drive.
Nice.
Right. So apparently it flopped terribly in Japan, right? Many of us know that. And so it never made it to the U.S. market.
Right.
Well, apparently, let's see, where to go. The unit boots up without the aid of any partner cartridge. So it's literally a developer kit that was designed for this thing. Some guy found it, just popped up more or less out of nowhere. And he
It's one of
ended
those
up
reasons why when I see a thing that says garage sale or estate sale, I'm always tempted to go just to see, like, if I find one of the golden cartridges from the Nintendo World Championships from 1993 or whatever.
Right. No, definitely. Yeah.
Or like a box of magic cards with like 6 Black Lotuses or whatever.
That'd be
Even if you
awesome.
find
Yeah.
pirated stuff, it's still neat.
Well, yeah,
like
I mean-
illegal Chinese cartridges or something.
I usually
Custom
go
ROMs.
I look for geek stuff and fountain pens.
Hey, that works. I mean,
I used to look for
Yeah.
3DFX video cards.
What'd you say, Ron?
Fountain pens?
Yep,
What for?
because I write with them.
You only need like.
But it's
ones
pen.
you get at the
why
store.
would you? Why argue?
Why,
It's
why,
fun.
why would you write with something from the store?
Write with
Maybe
something.
he's into calligraphy.
No, just like I
You wear
lost
pocket protectors?
No, I used to
Why would
lose
you not
pens
care about your shirts so damn much?
because
It's a
I keep
fountain
them-
pens. It's
I keep-
used. You bought it at a garage sale. It's going to bleed.
I haven't actually found any garage sales yet. I only have new ones.
So how can you go looking for something
I haven't
on
found
sale
it yet.
at a rummage sale? I'm not even going to try anymore. Fuck this.
I'm gonna drink too.
All right.
You know what? This is an alcoholic, and I'm gonna drink.
But yes, I found that I don't lose my pens anymore, and no one tries to take my pens because they're like, "Ooh, that looks expensive. I'm not gonna take it."
Right.
Or
Yeah,
if someone
it's
does take it,
deterrent.
you could be like, "Hey, you have my garage sale fucking fountain pen over there. I could tell because it's a little rusted on the side."
Yeah,
So what I learned from this is that Dan knows where his pen is.
Oh.
I'm also a member of the Pen
Oh.
15 Club.
Pentharian is the penmeister. Okay, and just
Yep. Yep.
All right,
moving
folks,
on.
that's a wrap. Thank you for watching this episode of the Six Gaming Podcast.
All right, so let's keep talking Nintendo, though, right?
I can
I don't
do
know
it.
if you guys have heard, but Nintendo announced the NES Classic Mini, right?
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
games all packed in.
People are so excited about this, and I just don't get the excitement.
It's
of
just
it.
a tiny little emulator box that plugs into your TV. They've
Right,
had these for
exactly.
like arcade games for a while. It's kind of cool.
Oh, you
like,
mean so it's essentially my fucking Raspberry Pi?
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
but much
Right.
bigger.
Oh,
Well, we
much
kind of
bigger.
talked about it last week, though, because our roundtable last week was if you had to bring a console back to mainstream, what would you choose? Well,
And it's kind of
apparently
funny because my
missed
answer.
that.
I remember what my answer was, show.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. Yeah.
But this isn't the
Oh,
form I had in
I
mind.
missed that. I would have said the Virtual Boy.
I did
Someone
bring
said
it
that
up.
in chat.
Yeah, someone
Someone
did
in
bring
chat
it
said
up.
Virtual
I
Boy.
had one of those.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so
And this is why he is the way he is now, because he uses Virtual Boy a lot.
right, exactly.
I am not
So-
cross-eyed mostly.
Nintendo, sadly, did kind of drop a bombshell just after they announced this news that the Classic Mini is not going to support any additional games than what it currently comes with, right?
Right.
So it comes with these 30 games, and that's all you have. That's all you're stuck with. Now, if you look at the pictures of the Mini, you also see 2 ports in the front for controllers, right? Similar to the old one. Well, apparently, Nintendo got back to Engadget here, and they actually said, quote, the new NES Classic controller has a different connector than the original NES controllers, so accessories are not interchangeable. So if you still have the Power Glove, the Rob, the Power Mat, whatever,
well,
it's worthless.
It's unlikely that Rob's going to work with any of those new games, but...
Right. Well, that's probably true, but...
So that gigantic gamepad that I had that would rapidly switch the pause function of the game so that I could have slow-mo, yeah, that won't work?
Negative. It's all gone.
Oh, man.
I want to play track and field.
I had that, by the way. I know what you're talking about. I had one of those.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, if I was using that to play, like, fucking QWOP or something, it would be so much easier.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
QWOP.
Why would you bring up QWOP anyway? That's like the bane of all of our existence right there.
Surely that can't be the bane.
Well, no, because
we do have
second
the official,
place...
We do have the official game of the Six Gaming Podcast. What is that show?
Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
Jesus Christ, can I go one fucking guest episode without having that fucking mentioned?
It hasn't been mentioned in a while.
I know, but
you haven't mentioned it
been a
while. You mention it every
since
time I'm here.
And I
Do I look
even
like a
catch it
dad
until
that
you
you're
said
supposed
that.
to shower with?
No, you look like someone
I will
who
not
showers
answer
with your
that.
dad.
All right. Anyway,
If that were
let's-
not my computer and it were instead you, this beer would be all over top of your balding skull.
That is all I have to bring up, unless you gentlemen have any other interesting little side pockets of news. Oh, Mr. Rungley.
I have 3. Of course, I am surprised you missed this. The World of Warcraft Legion pre-patch drops this Tuesday.
Yes, I forgot to make a note of that.
And like everyone I know except Pantherian, who said that they're quitting the game forever, is coming back to Legion.
Oh yeah. I've already got my
Veg,
pre-order.
Coles, you show.
Well, the
Everyone
problem
that's set up done. They're not done anymore.
in my case though, I had already pre-ordered the game, and then I decided to quit. So now I feel obligated. I got to come back.
I had no doubts that you were going to play after you got banned over bullshit and bought a new account so that you could keep playing.
Because all my accounts are.
And you know what? And you know what all this proves?
What's that?
Blizzard has us all by the balls.
Not me.
No, it's absolutely true.
Except Penth.
Although if I could buy Legion with in-game gold or like WoW credits, if I could trade
That'd
like
be cool.
3 WoW credits for Legion, I would come back until my gold ran out because I got like 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
I should probably log in and give it to the guild or something, but
There you go.
maybe I'll come back someday.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, maybe the expansion will be worth it. Now, Ron, what else do you have?
I have news that's going to make Dan drink.
Yes.
I'm almost out of beer.
We have League of Legends news, and Korea is freaking insane, man. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but do you remember, Show, the last time that Teemo got played in a professional game prior to this week?
I mean, geez, had to have been 2 years ago, like really high play.
You remember High played it against TSM in the opening game of the spring split one year and won with them. And it was a totally planned out pick, and he just wrecked face with it. Well, over time...
Yeah, it was a huge upset.
Over time, the role of Teemo's been greatly diminished because his mushrooms got nerfed. Basically, all his shit got nerfed, and no one plays him anymore. No one takes him seriously. But what do teams love to do when they're on stage picking a champion?
The pick and hold, right?
They'll hover over a certain champion, and sometimes it's Teemo. Sometimes it's just something to get in the mind of the other player. Well, I think it was it Wednesday night? I don't remember if it was Wednesday night or Wednesday morning. But on Wednesday, CJ Entus was hovering over Teemo they're not hovering over Teemo, they're hovering over someone else, and at the last second they went to change, and you could see them scrolling through a couple of characters, and they landed on Teemo when the time expired. And the look on the guy's face was like, oh no, what have I done? And they had a 45-minute pause to go over the rules and see what needed to be done in that scenario.
Oh, that's great.
And the outcome was they had to play Teemo.
Yes! Yes! Thank you, rules.
Teemo went 0-1-2 and their team got steamrolled.
Oh,
So it was so cool. So next night, KT Rolster's playing, and they beat their other team in the first game in like, I don't know, it was a pretty short game. And in the second game, they get down to their third pick, and they do the same thing.
Oh no.
They hover Teemo, and it gets locked in. Well, they had just figured out what the rules were last night, so they just went through with the pick and ban phase, and they played for 55 minutes. That Teemo went 0-1-2, and they lost.
The curse of Teemo, man. Oh, it doesn't stop.
So it's just so funny that just like Teemo doesn't even get picked, and then in back-to-back nights he gets picked accidentally, and then both teams get raffle stopped.
It serves you right for trying to troll the other team, though. Don't hover, you know.
Yeah, don't hover. So it's just so funny. And then the last bit of League of Legends news: Team Solo Mid today, just today, broke the North American LCS record for the longest winning streak in NALCS.
Nice.
16 games. They've won their last 8 matches. They're currently undefeated in best of threes. But they had lost a few games in the beginning of the season in their matches. But not in the last 8 matches. They have been literally unstoppable. And we're almost guaranteed looking at a TSM versus Immortals showdown.
Wow, really? That'll be cool. I'll have to tune into that one, definitely.
Yeah, they play tomorrow to extend their streak a little longer, but it's going to be against CLG, I think.
Ooh, that'll be a close one. Yeah.
CLG's kind of on the downswing, though.
Oh, that's a shame. All right, well, does anyone else have anything they want to throw in? No?
Nah, I think that we were finished up there after hearing about Lega Legumes.
Jesus.
That's just one story about some Hindu leader wanting Blizzard to drop a Symmetra skin.
Really?
Yeah, because it apparently it doesn't represent anything specific, but it incorporates a lot of aspects of one of their goddesses.
Oh, Jesus.
So they want them to say...
Next you're going to have them bitching about Zenyatta, though. Why isn't he picked?
Yeah.
I mean...
We only protect the goddesses. The gods, you know
right. Well, whatever.
If it has tits, though, we run to the rescue.
You have to, right? I mean,
the top comment says that they need a Jesus skin that fed all religions equally.
Good. And in fact, you could put it on Soldier 76 just to really rub it in, you know.
Wow.
But anyway, all right.
No,
let's move
the
on.
Son, not the dad.
I mean, you could aim to offend just Catholicism, go after some of the saints. Whatever.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to my favorite part of the show. And you guys know it's my favorite because I have been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. This is, hey, podcasters, what you playing? Yay. No applause. You know what? Go fuck yourself. So anyway...
No applause because
I can't. I cannot applause when my hands are busy being occupied being unenthused.
Great. Well, at least Pent's slow clap processor still works.
that was a Reaper clap. It was great.
It was kind of the Joker.
I was going to say you were approaching Heath Ledger there.
Of course.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, okay, so
Hey, Matt Nader.
I haven't been playing much at all. Sadly, it's mainly been Overwatch Heroes and Final Fantasy VII for whatever reason. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, Morphob, what the hell have you been playing?
Final Fantasy. I have been living between 4 households, so gaming has been limited. I did have the ganglion cyst that was in my wrist finally take care of itself, and I will spare you details.
It already
No! Don't you promise details.
I promise details.
You
Well,
promise details.
would you believe that it was one of those old wive remedies of frankincense oil? You know, I've had this fucking thing for 9 months, and it has, you know, it was sizable. I showed you guys at one point, and everybody cringed. I put frankincense oil on it for a week, and it got softer. And then as I was just kind of feeling around in there to see how it was, I discovered that there's actually 2 cysts in my wrist.
Wow.
One was the old one, which I had, had been around forever, that I thought had flared up, and the second was a new one, which had now diminished in size. And as I was feeling around it, I felt it rupture. No pain whatsoever.
This is getting really weird.
And it drained, and it went away. And because it did it that way, that means it will never come back, except under extremely rare circumstances. And so that means I've got my legacy optical joystick here that I am using to play Descent, and I have unretired from Descent. And I'm certain you guys hear about Descent all the fucking time, so I'll spare you that. I've been playing an awful lot of that.
Is that a Sidewinder?
That is a Sidewinder 3D Pro.
I had that joystick exactly back in the day, and I played a lot of Descent with it.
It had optical center. It had optical sensors and was capable of both analog and digital output. I even have the little adapter that I use to be able to make it useful for modern day use here. But I still like it a bit better than my my nice Thrustmaster, which uses magnetic Hall sensors in it, which is more sensitive than the 3D Pro, but it's also so much bigger and a lot more throw weight. But
yeah, I think I got you beat with all those fancy ass controllers. At least I have a Steam controller, bitch. Yeah, beat that. Beat that.
Mine's on my desk.
I have a Steam controller right down here, but I don't think it's really appropriate for being shown on this show.
Fair enough.
Hold on.
Oh wait. All right, Dan's gone. So, what have you been playing though, Morphod?
I've been playing Descent. I'm sincere that is about as much time as I've had to play. I've been mostly listening to musicals to get through my cheap 4.0 credit summer class. So
why not?
Why not? Really? Why not? At least I get to see the Ziegfeld Follies, and all of the beautiful topless women. So
hey, show.
There you go. Yeah.
Suck it.
Oh, you got to it. Oh, overachiever.
Are you gonna allow him to flash people on this show?
I mean, I could pull this out, but it's pretty.
You looked at both of my valves at the same time.
Look at my.
But anyway, that's what I'm playing, and I'm really excited to be playing.
Good. I'm happy. All right, Penth, what the hell have you been playing, sir?
If you can tell, if you're a regular watcher, my background is different. I moved this week.
You changed your green screen image?
Yes. I got out of my chair and took a new picture and changed my green screen image. No, I moved on Wednesday to a new house.
That was a beautiful Belch, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it has been a very difficult week because we didn't really have time to get everything packed up before the movers came. So plus, like, we filled the truck like to the very, very, very back. So I've been driving back. It's about 20 minutes between the two houses. So I've been back and forth, filling my car with crap, bringing it back over here, unpacking it. So I haven't had a ton of time for gaming, but I did play some Talos Principle. I don't remember if I talked about that a while back.
Yeah, you did. It was a little while.
So playing a little bit of that, and some Crypt, a little bit of Crypt, just 10 minutes.
Ron pulled you to the dark side, basically.
No, I mean it is a really good game to do, like a 5 or 10 minute run. Just like I'm gonna play just a little bit.
Yeah,
and
that works.
That's about it.
You know, it's kind of like salvia. I want to be high for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Right. So let me just get a quick shot.
I did finish the second book in the Kingkiller Chronicle. I think I talked about the Name of the Wind a while back. This is the Wise Man's Fear. I recommend them. The third book should be coming out semi-soon. I think they're making it into a movie or a
Oh.
series or something. So
Interesting.
you
All
should
right.
read that.
Well, Mr. Ronclay, what the hell have you been doing? Because we got to get to my favorite part here.
Well, I've been doing a lot of things. I've been playing Light Heroes of the Storm, not a whole lot of that. Diablo 3 hit Paragon 1000.
Oh, no, wait. Did you say 1,000?
1000, yes.
Jesus,
Paragon
Ron.
1000.
Get a life.
Yes, absolutely. And Overwatch competitive is bullshit because you lose more than you gain. So if you have a 50% win rate, you lose more than you gain. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
so bad.
really bizarre. You lose one game, and it knocks you back
A full freaking level.
Right.
You win
But
a
if
game, you get
Win
like
a
20%.
game, it's only like a quarter.
That
Just-
would make sense if you're in the higher ranks,
Right.
but I'm not in the higher ranks.
It's all
so
ranks.
I'm bad. I'm really bad. Played just a little bit of Sub-Level Zero since they just recently put out a beta. Even played a little bit of Descent Underground this morning for like 2 matches and was like regretting it afterwards. But also been doing a little bit of Creeper World 3, and I played a new game called Polarity. Now, I don't know if it's still on sale, but when I bought this thing, it and 3 other games, including what's the name of the game? I can't find it. But it was a game that was played at GDQ. Camera Obscura was part of this package, and it was a 4-game package for $1.49
Not
on
bad.
Steam. It's a very nice price. I'm checking to see if it's still on sale. It doesn't. Yeah, it still is. It's called the Developer Alliance bundle, and the other 2 games you get I haven't played yet or beeping out there somewhere. But Polarity came to mind because it's like it's kind of like Portal in terms of the puzzles. It's a short game, but I mean it's for $1.49. It's so worth.
Yeah, no,
I
definitely.
highly recommend checking that out. So, Developer Alliance Bundle is the name of it.
Very cool. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. So, now that this is done, I want to move on to my favorite part of the show, right? I know you guys know what it is because I talk about it every single week. You guys ready? It's the 6 Gaming Roundtable!
I thought it was Podcasters What You Playing.
Maybe.
I thought it was Ronclay Go Get Fucked.
No, that's Hank Get Fucked.
Okay, so...
Either way, I'm
earlier-
having a grand time.
Good. Good. All right, so earlier we kind of talked a little bit about this Blizzard's new expansion and, of course, their launch event. So my
Thanks
question...
for the follow, Matt.
Oh, yeah, dude, thank you. Awesome. So here's my question to you guys, and of course I want to hear from you guys over in chat, so please let us know. But we were talking about the launch event, right? And then we mentioned that so many of us had actually quit the game, and we're coming back, though, as a result of all this. So my question to you guys, is there any other games that you think could apply to this, and would it be a good idea to get people in? Because quite honestly, again, just this small event is going to pull so many of us back. Do you think that could work for other games?
Now, before we begin discussion on this, I have to remind you that I am all very much older than you and much grumpier than you all. Could you tell me
Actually,
about
actually,
what
the
the
youngest
fuck it
one-
is that you're talking about?
Okay, so what it is, in this case, World of Warcraft,
Okay.
before they actually launch an expansion, they create this new content, sometimes small, sometimes quite large.
They drum up interest.
Yeah, just to drum up interest, and it's supposed to help tie the current world into the new expansion.
They released the lore to build up hype for the actual play.
Right. So
Exactly.
in early vanilla, they released the Temple of Von Ket or something like that. It was a 40-man raid.
How many apostrophes are we talking?
2 or 3, like 2.
Okay, so all right, so that's a pretty serious title there. You know,
Right,
if you've got at least 4 apostrophes in there, you know that this is
It's
like a
pretty
really
much-
fucking overpowered.
Right. So what they did before they actually opened up that new dungeon, they sent waves and waves and waves of undead and scourge and all this stuff. And so your mission in the game was then to go in and stop that fight to help turn the tides for yourself, and then that opened up the raid. That was a launch event. So now they're doing it this time for the newest expansion for Legion. Make sense?
Thank you very much for giving me the background.
No problem. All right, so what do you guys think, though, about this? Because, honestly, it's pulling me in, so it works for me. I kind of like it. You know, Star Wars... Yeah, Star Wars did the same thing, too, before they released some of their expansions. I enjoy it. I go back to play it. So, do you guys think that these launch events are worth it?
They can be. I mean, I specifically remember one of them was almost identical to another launch event. I want to say the Naxxramas pre-patch
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
was very similar to the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch. But they haven't done that since. I mean, they had a couple really good ones. Like, remember the whole thing about people turning into zombies in Dalaran?
Oh, yep.
Oh, that was phenomenal. And sometimes they haven't done a whole lot, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they've done. I haven't played on the beta, so I don't know what's coming, but
Yeah, me either.
it sounds like it could be pretty fun.
Yeah. Dan, what do you think, man?
Huh?
What's your take?
Yeah,
Launch events. I mean,
honestly,
you
just
said you're not
because.
going.
Yeah, no, I like it's cool, but I I'm sticking by kind of what I said when I quit, and that's that Pandaria went the last raid in Pandaria went for like 13 months because and it was a decent raid. I thought it was a fun raid, but like it just went so long. And they said, "Don't worry, this will never happen again." Because the reason why it's taking so long is because we pulled people off of Pandaria to put them on Warlords of Draenor so that we would make sure we didn't have that problem. We had lots of content for you.
Right.
And Warlords came out, and it was a really good intro, and then we all sat in our garrisons and played the
Yeah.
garrison game, and then played the shipyard game. And then we had content patch, like bullshit,
Yeah.
and then we had one more raid, and that was the entire game. That's been like the last 2 years of Warcraft has been like bullshit, and so I said I'm not supporting that.
Okay.
And
Fair
I
enough.
would have bought more time. I should have bought a bunch more WoW tokens with my gold when they were half the cost that they are now in gold. But I have no desire. I've been going through some of my backlog, just doing other stuff, and I don't really care to get back into it. I mean, if everyone says, "Oh my God, Legion's the best ever," and it's as good as I didn't play during Wrath, but everyone says Wrath and Burning Crusade were like the best.
Those were fun, yeah.
So if everyone says, this is fantastic and they fixed all the problems and whatever, I mean, I uninstalled it and deleted all my add-ons and everything. So it's going to be a pain in the ass to set everything back up.
Definitely.
So everyone's going to have to say it's well and truly worth it.
Right. Right.
Plus, like, I mean, everything fell apart. Like 6 minutes fell apart. Like,
Yeah, it didn't take long.
We'd have to rebuild everything. Or
Right.
join another guild or something, which is not outside the realm of possibility. But anyway, with all of that adding up, I would just say that a launch event is not going to pull me in against all the stacked up negative things that I experienced during the last expansion.
Right. Well, okay, so Morfod, let's put this to you this way. Let's take Descent, right, or Descent Underground, and right before they go to launch it, they actually create something special for that upcoming actual release. So would that help tie you in even more, Like, would you
I'm-
play Underground more? Or...
I'm going to reject your suggestion there with 2 middle fingers because I don't support Descent Underground.
Okay, well,
What
I don't
what I
know.
will tell you, however, is that I have experienced a similar arrangement with the free-to-play game Team Fortress 2, where you have an economy on a free-to-play based game that really focuses on the content that is available for players to immerse themselves in. Get different game modes are introduced by weeks of hype with comics that have been just expanding on these characters. He had what was it, Ticket to Ride, which was a 15-minute short showcasing the source filmmaker, all to build up hype for the next content patch of the game.
Right.
I think that for certain game models, that's a fantastic idea. Gamers want immersion, and they want immersion that isn't arbitrary. They want it to be relative to the universe that they're delving into. So
Right.
you have to create this content while respecting your audience, and your audience will respond very enthusiastically to well-crafted addition to their lore. They want to dive in. They want to speculate. Because sometimes even the speculation of what's actually happening, what's going to happen in the next patch, that adds to the furnace. Hey, let's see what else we can make here. Holy
Honestly,
crap, they came up with a new idea.
It almost becomes its own game, just in speculation. I mean, people data mine the shit out of the files for new World of Warcraft patches. So
Right. I mean, and then we have like the bastards at Bungie hiding, clues about the things that they're developing 10 years later in the pipeline in the fucking source code for games that are already very well mature. I mean, it's like it's a game of how obvious can you make the Easter egg? How much do you want to directly contribute to the lore? There's a lot of potential here. We want games that are immersive, and seeing the game evolve allows an older platform, which is by proxy going to work on more computers because it's older, maintain its relevance. And I think that demonstrating that interest in keeping things fresh is an important thing for a large franchise, but it needs a decent-sized franchise to work and in order to be profitable. So that's what I'll say.
no, I like it, definitely. Does anyone else want to throw something in there? No? I love crickets. Everyone tells me it's the end. All right.
It's always crickets after I fucking speak.
Right. So since I'm hearing these crickets, that's got to mean one thing. We got to wrap this up.
It's your favorite part of the show?
No. I hate this part. It's because we got to wrap it up. So thank you guys very, very much for coming to episode 75. I can't think today. We love you guys. Thank you again.
Today?
What do you mean?
When
Well,
else do you think?
Look, all right, moving on. We do this shit every Saturday, 10 p.m. Central Time. I am your host, of course, Shosan. I do want to let it go with some of my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts, though. So, Mr. Morfob, please say goodnight.
Good night.
Well done. Pantherian!
Good night.
Word, Mr. Runcley.
You only need one.
I have
Jesus.
15.
Well done. Well
And you
done.
didn't buy him at garage sales either.
Right. Well, thank you guys
I
again.
actually got this in Irvine, California when we went to see the WildStar developers.
Gerbany.
Nice.
So I didn't
Well,
buy it.
Again, my name is Shosan. Thank you guys again. So, to everybody, good night. Be safe. Now, Mr. Runcley, would you please take it away, sir?
Oh, see you bye.